Yo, so everything I'm gonna say in this video is something that I wish somebody would have told me, but not just told me, but I actually listened. Let's get into it. Number one, stop living for other people. This means your parents, your friends, or any idea that you might have in your head about who you should be, but is not in harmony with who you really are. Now is the time to abandon all expectations and start to architect your life. Now is the time to develop your own personal passions, your voice, and to dive into your obsessions. So don't fall into the cultural trap that you should have achieved this or you should be here at this age. Life does not work like that. Flowers don't bloom at the same speed. Don't live your life according to somebody else's watch. Just like time zones are different, I believe we live in different life time zones. See, it's all relative. So stop comparing yourself to the people around you and to the expectations that they have of you. Number two, stop skipping the gym. Listen, a nice body is the best fashion statement there is, and it will never go out of style. If you spend only 3 to 4 days in a week, an hour a day consistently, in 1 year you can achieve or get really close to your dream body. And let's be honest, everybody wants to look good naked, but not too many people know how to get there. Right? See, most people, they say they want to get in shape, but what they do is they go and they spend an hour doing cardio, running on the treadmill. But that doesn't get you in shape, right? You have to build muscle, you have to resistance and strength train in order to truly shape your body. But see, exercising is not just about looking good. Researchers found that employees that exercise earn 9% more than their lazy counterparts. Plus, the mental health benefits that you will get when you work out will change your life. You see, when you lift weights, you build resilience in your body. And that resilience will translate into the real world. When you're going through stressful situations, you will have more resilience to push through, because when you're pushing weight, you will be able to push through the weight that life has on you. See, I have never heard somebody say, man, I'm so mad at myself for starting to work out consistently a year ago. No, that just doesn't happen. It's always, man, I wish I started working out consistently a year ago. Imagine where I would be today. So stop skipping the gym. You are building up habits that your future self will thank you for. And of course, you can't leave out nutrition, right? Your body composition, the way you look, I say is 90% of what you put into your body. You are what you eat, right? So exercise is queen, nutrition is king. And if you put them together, you have a great kingdom. Number three, stop spending money, start investing money. I want to tell you a story about the power of compounding. This is a story about a man who tries to teach his young son about this concept of compound interest, of compounding. So here's what he tells his son. He says, son, since you're 18 years old, I want you to start to take $300 out of your paycheck each month, and we're gonna reinvest it into a separate account, what's called an index fund. So his son is like, no, I don't wanna do that. And the dad says, yes, you do, son, and here's why. Because if you do that for 8 years, you will never have to invest again, and you will be financially set for life. So the son does the math, and he says, whoa, no, 8 years, $300 a month, that's what's that? That's $28,000. How can I get financially secure with $28,000? And the dad says, okay, well, the market has gone up 10% every year for the last 30 years. Let's just do 8% just in case we're wrong. Do you know how much money he has when he retires? $1.8 million. And all he put in was $28,000. Now listen, I personally grew up with a poverty mindset, right? Like I wanted to hoard everything I got. I didn't want anybody to take it. But see, that's not how this world works. Money should be circulated. You have to think of each individual dollar as a worker. Instead of sitting in a bank collecting dust, that money should be making money. I suggest reading a book called A Simple Path to Wealth, written by J.L. Collins. In this book, he basically teaches his daughter how to be financially successful. As far as investments go, and this is not investment advice or financial advice, this is what I do. I would look at the cryptocurrency space, things like Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I would also look at the index funds, the Vanguard, VTSAX. These are great places to keep your money for 5 or 10 years. And what you want to do is dollar cost average, which is basically a fancy way of saying every month you designate a certain amount into these accounts. Think of it as a future tax. Lastly, I want to say this. When it comes to investing, don't fall for FOMO or hype. You want to make intelligent, long-term decisions. Warren Buffett says you want to be greedy when other people are fearful, and fearful when other people are greedy. Remember, there is no get-rich-quick anything. It takes time, and over time, you will get to exactly where you want to go. Number 4, stop trying to be cool. Your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. I'm going to say that again. Your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. The great baseball player Ozzie Smith said, "Show me a man who's afraid of looking bad and I can beat him every time." The faster you stop trying to appear like you're cool, the quicker you will get to actually being cool. Forget what people say. Find your obsession and totally nerd out on it. Put in those 10,000 hours. Become an expert. They're gonna talk about you no matter what you do, so do it anyway. You don't have to go to the party every weekend like everybody else. I can't tell you how many hours and days that I wasted in my life hanging out with people, just socializing. Now don't get me wrong, you can do it, just don't feel obligated to do it. And also listen, if you can stay with your parents and stack up money and focus, do that. Do that. Don't be in a rush to start adulting, right? Don't be in a rush to overcomplicate your life. You know, me personally, I lived in a lot of hoods in my lifetime, and adulthood by far is the craziest. Number 5, stop chasing relationships. Now see, I don't think your 20s are for relationships. I mean, yeah, there are exceptions, but see, 99% of relationships fail. Somebody said, "I don't believe in soulmates, I believe in finding your soul mate." See, I believe when you find yourself, then you attract the right people into your life because you are then resonating at that vibration, at that frequency. Everybody out here is looking for a partner, but I think so many of us chase relationships because we're running away from ourselves. So I say this, invest that time in yourself and in developing friendships, because friendships are gonna last way longer than these romantic relationships. Just make sure you pick solid, goal-oriented people that don't hold you back, because the most important variable for success is the people you're around. Number 6, invest in personal growth. Listen guys, personal development always comes before professional success. It starts with you. You gotta get that through your head. I can give you the blueprint about how to be rich, successful, happy. You could have Elon Musk as a mentor, Richard Branson, and the Buddha himself. But if you don't have that inner confidence, then nothing's gonna change. Because you see, you can never outperform your self-image. It's the reason why people who lose weight after a year, they gain it all back. It's the same reason why people who win the lottery after a few years, they end up going broke. You may be able to change your life for a while, but your life will always snap back to your own self-image because you get what you believe you deserve. So in order to win, you have to solve yourself first. Somebody once said, we first make our habits and then our habits make us. Saturate your mind with personal growth content and I guarantee it will change your life. Now, what do I recommend? Well, you can go with the modern gurus, the people, the Jordan Petersons, people like that. But what I truly recommend is the Napoleon Hills, right? The Norman Vincent Peale, right? Like the guys who figured it out already, right? I recommend starting with people like that. Number 7, staying in your hometown. You know, a few years ago, Forbes did an analysis, and it showed that people invariably make most of their money after they move away from their hometown. People who move from Portland to Salt Lake or Salt Lake to Portland, it doesn't really matter where you move to. It's all about moving out of your comfort zone. And most people live and die in their comfort zone. That's why they say most people die at 25, but they're buried at 75. Peter Diamandis says, where can you put yourself in an environment that gives you maximum exposure to the right people, the right problems, and the right ideas? This is the key. When a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it lives, not the flower. A seed cannot grow in infertile soil. People are the same way. The old saying, a person is a product of their environment, is true. If you change your environment, you will change your life. Number 8, not having a spiritual practice. Listen, we are not just bodies and minds. We are spirits. And this spiritual dimension is something that we have to tap into. A life without tapping into that spiritual dimension is a life not very well lived. So we need a spiritual practice, because not only will it balance you, it will also serve as your refuge when things get tough. What do I suggest? Well, one of the spiritual books that really changed my life was called the Tao Te Ching, Book of the Way. Some say the wisest book ever written. Now, if you're a materialist and you're not into the spiritual stuff, I suggest you look into cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, but I call it crushing bad thoughts. I think everybody, spiritual or not, should learn CBT because it will make your life so much easier. Number 9, taking life too lightly. I think one of the biggest mistakes in your 20s are not taking advantage of the time you have in front of you. Somebody once said the youth is wasted on the young. And I didn't get that, but now I do. I know it's hard, but Muhammad Ali said this. He said, I hated every minute of training, but don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. You have the energy and the time, so use it, period. Number 10, taking life too seriously. So many of us live our lives constipated, afraid to make mistakes, wanting to always do things perfectly. I can't tell you how stupid that actually is. This is the time to make mistakes. You know, Mark Zuckerberg, a principle, a phrase that guided him was move fast and break things. The faster you fail, the better. And you never know just how long you have in this journey of life. Don't live your life as an and then person, always saying, and then I'll be happy. This is another reason why spirituality is so important, because it teaches us to live in the present moment. And so I will leave you with a quote from Elon Musk. Take risks while you're young. As you get older, your obligations increase. And once you have a family, you start taking risks not just for yourself, but for your family as well. It gets much harder to do things that might not work out. So now is the time to do that before you have obligations. I would encourage you to take risks now. Do something bold. You won't regret it. Peace.